What does a meeting at the historic Port of Mombasa have to do with the price of goods and services in Berlin or the future of the European industry? Recent high-level meetings between Kenya and Germany were anything but routine courtesy calls. They were clear signals that Kenya's ports are now being seen as gateways of transforming the future of the region. In an era of unprecedented global disruption, everyone is searching for a competitive edge, and Germany might have just found one in Kenya. This is the rundown. Welcome. My name is Mark Karanja. At its core, this engagement is a response to a fractured global landscape. As trade routes shift, the rules of the game are changing. The old model is no longer sufficient. The new imperative is to build resilient partnerships that are not just aimed at short-term gain, but long-term economic growth for both countries. This is not about mere friendship. It's about building a corridor that transcends volatility in the world. For Germany, one of the world's leading trading nations, the move is not just rational, but also timely. German industries are the engine of Europe's economy, operating on a reliable, steady supply chain. Their pivot to operate in the East African region is a direct result of global shipping networks being disrupted by a perfect combination of geopolitical tensions, climatic storms, among other reasons. They aren't just looking for a port, they are looking for a solution. Let us take a look at some of the impacts for both nations. For Germany, one of the impacts is that having access to a steady and reliable port in Kenya gives it more options of a steady supply chain, avoiding choke points on political volatile areas. Economically, it provides Germany an entry into a fast-growing and economically viable region, the East African region, which is a promising region, ensuring that German industry and their products have a foothold in the nation. By securing reliable logistics hubs ahead of competitors, German businesses can have greater and much better pricing models and better delivery timelines. Germany's interest in the Kenyan ports could accelerate Kenya's massive growth in the areas of railway, Lapset corridor, railways, technology, and among other reasons. The development of port infrastructure will foster and create thousands of jobs, also ensuring and enabling transfer of skills from the German workforce to the Kenyan workforce. Let us take a look at some of the challenges that this project has. Majority of Kenya's ports remain highly underdeveloped, some to the extent that they cannot handle large volumes of cargo. Kenya has to ensure that they advance their infrastructure so that they can handle large volume of products and cargo. There is also the challenge of competition from neighbors such as the Port of Dar es Salaam in Tanzania and Djibouti, which are also fighting to become the key gateways for the East African waters. This means that Kenya has to act effortlessly and flawlessly to ensure that it holds the position as the premier gateway in the East African waters. We also have the issue of partnerships. Kenya must ensure that it balances its relationship with other key partners such as China, which has been a major contributor to funding in the East African port, to ensure that there is no conflict of interest along the way. So remember, the next time you see a container ship on the horizon, it's not just carrying goods, but it's carrying the ambitions of Kenya and the African region at large. The blueprint of new alliances and the future of global trade itself. This partnership between Germany and Kenya proves that in today's world, the most valuable asset is not what you have, but what you are connected to. What are some of the topics that you, our viewer, would like discussed or analyzed? Email them to us. We will take a look at them and maybe analyze them, because this is also a show. Thank you for watching.